Hi, my name is Isha.
And I'm Naomi, and we're from DesignNest. DesignNest is a platform to produce, launch, and sell new product designs onto the global market. And we bring product designers, manufacturers, and distributors and retailers together. Our vision is to make product design affordable and accessible. The main difference between DesignNest and crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter and Indiegogo is that when you successfully fund your project through those platforms, you receive the money. But when you work with DesignNest, we focus on product design, we focus on mass production, we focus on distribution and sales of your product around the world. Some key figures: we started in 2017. We have 3 offices, one in Shanghai, one in the Netherlands, and one in California. We work with about 300 factories that have different production techniques. We currently have about 5,000 projects that we sell in more than 90 countries through about 2,000 B2B clients. That generates an annual revenue of $20 million.
So let's talk about manufacturing. It's getting the right cost and defining the right price strategy for your product is of utmost importance. I think 99% of the products fail because of this issue. Often the costs are driven too high by just stupid design decisions, making the product overcomplicated, over-engineering it, too many features that are unnecessary. And another thing is your suppliers are uncooperative because they just don't believe you that you could make it a success because you don't have any track record, you don't have any experience. So that's why they quote you prices that are 5 to 10 times more than it usually is. So instead of paying $5 for something, you will end up paying $25 for your product. Another thing is the investments in tooling that you need. So instead of paying a few $1,000s, you could end up with tens of thousands of dollars of tooling cost investment. The manufacturers have seen too many projects fail and too many inexperienced creators come to them. So they will quote you not only a higher price or a higher investment in tooling, they will also quote you a very high MOQ, a minimum order quantity that you need to invest in. Instead of producing 1,000 pieces, you will maybe need to order 10,000 pieces or 20,000 pieces. So that makes all limiting factors to launch a product. Let me give you an example of crown chest that's in front of us. This crown chest was designed by a Californian designer 7 years ago. He came up with this idea. And he was never able to get it into mass production, let alone get it onto market. And he told us that he spent more than tens of thousands of dollars on prototyping alone. The quotations that he got is really high. If you calculate his cost, it will end up on a market price, a retail price of about $2,000. Yeah, that's not a feasible market. So when he started collaborating with DesignNest, we could get this for $30 onto the market and at a manufacturing price of about $6. That's really competitive with working with DesignNest. DesignNest requires only 1,000 pieces to initiate the launch of this product. Via Kickstarter, he put it on Kickstarter and it's raised more than 5,000 pieces with about $600,000 worth of money, funding. And that's really more than enough that DesignNest requires, only 1,000 pieces. So this was actually a very successful project last year. To sum up, for manufacturing, working with DesignNest guarantees the lowest manufacturing costs at a very low 1,000 pieces of MOQ. And no matter if you create a chest or if you create a bike, it's just 1,000 pieces at a very competitive and low manufacturing cost.
Once you have a good product design, the manufacturing in place, and the right pricing strategy, sales and distribution is actually the easiest part. Let's say your product has a fair and competitive retail price of about $19.90. You need to make sure that your manufacturing price is below $5, which is about a fourth of the MSRP. This in order to ensure that there is enough margin in the product distribution chain, so for importers, distributors, and retailers. If you don't incorporate enough margin, no one will push your product. It's as simple as that. And if you incorporate too much margin, your MSRP will end up too high, which will incentivize copycats. And if you got the right pricing strategy, how will you know if you have a good product? Well, that's not up to us nor up to you to decide. We put all the products onto the platform and let the clients decide. So they will browse through the platform and they will place pre-orders for the products that they see potential in for their markets. And as the manufacturers that are working with DesignNest are able to initiate a new product with an MOQ of only 1,000 pieces, the threshold for this is actually very low. Following our vision, we are selling design products not only in high-end design stores, but also at your local supermarket, and in countries like Germany, but also in Malawi. So we really want to make good design affordable for everyone and everywhere. There are two ways to work with us. When DesignNest arranges the production and the complete fulfillment, you will receive a royalty upon the sales. And when you already have manufacturing in place and you want to keep the manufacturing there, we will just buy the products from you and then resell.
So now something about crowdfunding. DesignNest is a non-exclusive platform, which means you can and should put your product on other platforms like Kickstarter and Indiegogo as well. DesignNest recommends you to do that as to initially fund your project and launch it and put it in front of the public. However, many creators fail to eventually produce or deliver the products once it's funded. And that is the unique feature of working with DesignNest, is that DesignNest actually guarantees you that the products get made and mass-produced and delivered to the backers eventually. And that's a really unique collaboration with DesignNest. And in addition, DesignNest also offers like CRM systems where you can give your customers the after-sales service, the tracking of your order, and it also offers a standard 2-year warranty for all the products that's on DesignNest. That's something really unique about this business model to work with DesignNest.
So to sum up, DesignNest is a one-of-a-kind platform with a unique business model, and the benefits of working with us are the lowest manufacturing costs with fair margins, low MOQs, exposing your products to resellers worldwide, and global warranty and after-sales service. And all of this together also helps to avoid or prevent copycats, because no matter whether you have your product patented or not, once it becomes successful, it will certainly get copied.